Hello, and welcome back to the middle chapter where we share our lives, thoughts, experiences, and opinions. And today we're going to share all of those things. We're going to start out with a little bit of what's happening now, hot topics. This feud between 50 Cent and T.I. that has gotten just a little bit out of control, but I'm kind of here for it because I love the music and I love T.I. So I'm waiting for what other relative is gonna come out next with a diss track. What y'all think?
Well, so first of all, I'm kind of confused. How did the beef start? So I want to know the background. Does either one of y'all know the background? I just know if the fallout was going on right now. I know. Okay, so T.I. did an interview and he said that him and 50 talked about having a versus before. Mm-hmm. And so I think T.I. was going to start the beef and 50 was going to then come back. But when T.I. started their friendly beef, 50 act like he didn't know what was going on. And so, if you've seen other interviews, T.I. is talking about, he always mentions, okay, yeah, he wants to do a battle with 50. However, 50 crickets, nothing. And so when 50 finally did come back with something, he wants to put out a picture of Tiny. He wants to go low. I'm guessing that's how it started.
Yeah. He hit below the belt instead of a diss track.
he brought the wife into it.
Yeah, you want to hit below the belt about the wife.
Yeah, and wife and kids should be off limits with that conversation. And if he never wanted to do the verses, he never should have had that conversation with T.I. to begin with, or he should have said it then. I don't think we need to do this or whatever. Our music speaks for ourselves.
Yeah, and that would have been okay.
Mm-hmm. That would have been okay. That's what grown men do.
That
somebody isn't a grown man.
Yeah, exactly. But I am here for the music, and I mean, like, if that's the case, instead of coming for his wife, put out your track, or are you not able to? Are you not so you don't do music no more? You can't. You ain't got nobody to write for you. You don't know what you do. You can't chat GBT some lyrics to come back to, because they are killing the game over in the Harris household. They're killing you. Like everyone has come back because clearly they don't play about Tiny.
Even the baby girl. But the thing that got me was that I'm like, oh, so you talk about my mama, I'm gonna drag your mama to hell. Like the kids went in, and I'm like, yeah. I understand that this is the rap thing, but I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, if it was me and my kids, I would, publicly, tell my kids, hey, stay out of grown folks' business. But be behind it. That's a good one. That's
the thing is, like the oldest son is a rapper, but I'm talking about like in his, like I saw the video on TikTok and he's talking about burning people's houses down, like burning the mama house down and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's a little much. But I guess you're riding for your mom.
and they're grown. So, there's only so much control you have over what grown people will say. Because, I mean, if somebody comes for our family and we grown, like I'm my mama's child, but if you come for mama, mama can't control what I say to you because I'm coming with guns blazing. And then when I'm done, she may be like, why did you ain't have to say all that? It was in the moment. This is where I am. This is what happens.
And I'll do it again.
If you catch me wrong about my mama. So, but I do get what you're saying. That I thought that, bringing the deceased mother, I was like, oh, that would ouch. But
I guess for it.
Family's like, nice
go low, we go lower. I'm just saying he deserved it. Leave women out of it, period.
Okay.
We should have left women out of it, period.
The fact is, like, the whole Tiny and her looks, like, isn't that played?
I would think so.
But she is somebody's mama, though.
Yeah.
So he's looking at it. You went after my mama. I'm gonna go after yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's no longer here. Sorry about that, but you went after my mama. So, like, sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Everybody is not gonna go high. Some people are gonna go to hell.
Yeah. Clearly.
And that's exactly what they did. And drug her out of there.
But I'm with Carlise. Like, how long are we gonna talk about Tiny's looks? How long are we gonna talk about her nose, her face, her butt? Like, how long are we gonna do this?
Exactly. Like, he should have just left her out of it.
Find something that's very female of him to continue to stay right there in that era. But 50 Cent to me has been him for quite some time now.
He's like, always going after women. Yeah,
you gave up the rap game to just now troll people and
mostly women.
Troll people, girl. That's what he's doing. All these documentaries he's putting out and threatening to do and the this and the that, like,
because you in your feelings, because you're sitting somewhere.
I mean, I appreciated watching the Diddy documentary. I did.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he needs to put out more like that.
Yes, but why did he have to do it? You know,
well, because he was butthurt.
Because he knows about that stuff.
Well, and he was butthurt because Diddy had his woman. Like, come on, like if that was your acting out instead of taking it like a man and off the chin. That's your acting out. I'm gonna do a whole documentary. Like, come on, you're obsessed.
It was good though.
It was. It was.
Very enlightening.
I don't know that it told me some other things that I didn't think in my own mind though. Like, if you've ever paid attention to Diddy, especially back when he was doing that little show where he had them people working for him and running around making the band. Yeah, I mean, he was a little suspect in making the band. There's a lot that I watched. I was like, oh, okay. So, but it was good. 50 Cent, the poster child for the soft man era. That gets in his feelings and puts stuff out online just to see what would happen, hiding behind the keyboard. Instead of man to man having conversations. I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Has he ever had a man to man conversation? Is he even capable of doing that?
Not that I've seen.
Not one that's been publicized.
No, just hiding behind keyboard and screens. But you know.
I mean, he put out that documentary when Diddy was in jail. So would he have done it if he was never put in jail?
Well, he may, because he likes reaction.
Good question.
I think he may, because he likes reaction, just like he is coming for T.I. and Tiny, you know, who can absolutely respond back to him.
He's not really going after T.I. though. He's going after the women in his life. And then the women that actually take up for her. So I wouldn't be surprised if he came back and said something about us, about our podcast.
We welcome that. Please do. The middle chapter.
Bring it on.
What can he say?
Bring it on.
We're a bunch of old women. You're older, so okay.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
He's older.
But we're not afraid to speak our mind directly to
your face
about you to you. Yeah, like, and you are. So which takes us into our our conversations of the soft men and the soft men era. So the era of the man these days, right? So what our perception or what we were taught or what we grew up with of a man's man, a masculine man, has been watered down in the recent years. Today, it's watered down. It's just like they either don't like confrontation or they want to meddle in messy confrontation like 50 Cent does. You want to get involved in catty stuff. To me, that's soft because you a man, you can man up and say some stuff. But mostly for me, like in relationships, when the man takes the role, I don't want to say the role of a woman, but yeah, that is it. When the man takes the role of, I'm gonna sit and be quiet to keep the peace and let you have it, and the woman becomes the masculine lead. Like, how did we get here? Like, how did that happen? And it just, how?
I mean, I think a lot of women get to be that, to have that dominant energy because they had to. You know, some women grew up without dads in the house or without older brothers to really take on that role for them. They had to basically defend themselves. And so they just grew up doing it. They saw their mom doing it, and so they're doing it.
And what happened to the men that just come into your life and allow it?
Again,
allow what?
Allow you to take over and take the lead, and I'm just gonna stay quiet because I don't want to upset the apple cart and keep my relationship. I mean,
maybe they grew up in a single mother household where the woman was always dominant, and they never really they were never shown an example as to you know, traditionally the male should be the more dominant one. A lot of women get the term submission. They don't understand what submission means.
No, they don't.
He's not going to be he's not supposed to, you know, boss you around and tell you what to do all the time and make all the decisions. No, that's not what submitting means. He's supposed to, what's the word? What's the verse?
So he's supposed to lead. And so you take the word submission, right? And it's to support his mission as he follows God's lead. You know what I'm saying? So spiritually, biblically, that's what submission is. It's you're supporting his mission. He's the head of the house. He's the provider and the leader of the house. And you support what he does. Not necessarily saying you're following and kowtow down to everything. Okay, yes. But as the head of the house, that's what they do. And your job is to support. And the reason that most times women, you know, make the decisions is because we're the ones in the house all the time. We're the home people. The men they're protecting, they're working, they're providing, you know, and we are keeping the household intact. That's our job, like to keep the household intact. So, because I think if you ask in my household, they will tell you that I make the decisions as well. In my household,
well, it's usually the women. The woman is usually the one that kind of make the decisions for the household anyway.
Right.
That's how it typically is. The men back in the day were the providers, and the woman kind of, you know, brought up the children, and that was her job basically. Was to lead the house. But he is the leader, not lead the house, wrong word, you know, lead the family, keep the home, I should say. But the man is supposed to provide for the house as the leader, if that makes sense. Any decision that is made should be a joint effort between the husband and the wife.
Right, in a partnership.
And
providing and being a provider is broad. Right? Like it's not just,
it may not always be money.
It's not just monetary, right? Like providing, protecting, keeping, like all of those things go into
stability.
Being a provider. So, but in this era, providing, these people want, these men, they want his money. I want your money. I want you to buy me this, buy me that, pay for this, pay for that. But don't tell me what to do, and I'm gonna tell you what to do. I want to know I want to know what you got. Don't worry about this over here. What you got? What else are you gonna bring? Okay, because what we doing? And this is what I want to do. And that's not even divine order, you know. Like he can provide, yes, but then there has to be conversations and discussions. And in a in a relationship, in a marriage, like you switch roles so many times as life gets to life and then goes on to where that's why it can't be just a monetary thing, because there's some times where, okay, I'm working, you're not. You're working, I'm not. You know, we kind of swap roles, but the order of the household should stay intact, no matter who's providing the monetary. Um, so that's that to me. But these women that, you know, I want you to give me my money, I'll give me your money, and I don't, but you can't help me make decisions for the household is crazy. Which and it's
There's
out there.
a common like quality that some men, like when asked, they always say like, so what kind of characteristics are you looking for in a potential mate? And like one of the first things that they'll always say is someone who can submit. And in my head, I'm thinking, if a man has to put that out there, I don't want to date you, because it should be a given, you know, that if you are going to, you know, provide for, you know, be a provider, you know, if you're going to follow God and be a provider, I should automatically want to let you be, you know, lead me. You know, you don't have to ask for it, because that should be something that is automatically given. If you know, doing what you're supposed to do, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. You know, you don't have to ask for it. So if you got to put it out there and ask for it, I don't want to date you, because chances are you just looking for somebody that you could tell what to do most of the time.
And they don't know what submit means. That's what it is.
They don't know what
that's exactly what that means. But then, you know, that women don't know what a provider means. Men think that submit means do what I say, and a lot of women stop provider with pay my bills, all of them.
Right. They say they want, they want to submit and be his piece, but I'm like, so you want me to be your piece? Are you going to be mine too? You know, because at the end of the day, I need somebody that I can lean on, that I can tell everything to, you know, that I can, you know, just be, you know, at, you know, one with, and know that they're there to help me, and, you know, and I'm there to help you. But, you know, are you going to be my piece too? You know, but it's always one-sided with men and what they're looking for. You know, it should be like y'all been saying, a partnership.
So it's the era that we're in. That's their thought process. And then you have, what is it, KeKe Palmer, that came out and said that if she ever got married, they'd have to be in two separate households.
Yes.
I could be open, but one thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together. I like my alone time.
But is that real?
That's real.
Oh, wait, are you speaking as KeKe?
Yeah, I'm speaking as the KeKe. I just feel like, you know, Whoopi Goldberg said it best once. She was like, I don't want nobody in my house.
Yeah. Wait, time out. You're for real right now?
She's for real. So what about, like, marry even.
So he's gonna live around the corner?
Around the corner would be great. We can be in a guest house, you know what I'm saying? We can be on the same, you know, land, but I'm over there and he's over there. At best, separate rooms.
You live here and I live, like, what?
And I will say, in marriage, there's compromise. But how are you gonna have intimacy? You know what I'm saying? Like how are you? I mean,
they're intimate, but then they go to their own separate rooms after.
Then they go to their own separate rooms.
They're still a couple. They're still a couple in every way. But when it's time to go to sleep, they sleep in separate beds, because I think, you know, he or she may get hot and have night, you know, sweat a lot, or
I have flashes.
So maybe we're all in a soft era, because that's some bull. Our parents didn't sleep in those separate rooms.
But some people they actually can't sleep with additional noises or lights, and so they have to have their own room.
Girl.
So some people got to sleep with the light, and their partner may not like that, have a night light. Somebody may have to sleep with the fan on, and their partner may not like that. So there are different reasons why people might sleep in separate rooms, but they're not in separate houses.
Yeah.
So it's
that's what I was gonna say. As long as they're under the same roof, I mean,
okay,
then I guess so. But
I mean, I knew somebody that, you know, their kids slept with them, you know, all the time, and the husband just was like, you know what, let me just go sleep over here.
Okay.
So,
I know a lot of
the
people
kids,
like that too,
you know,
so.
So the kid took over his room until I guess they were old enough to, you know, go back to their own rooms or have their own room or whatever. So,
and that's crazy. Ain't happening.
Yeah. Dawson was in his own room at 4 months.
Ain't happening. Bye.
We were like, no, you gotta be in your own room.
Bye. Because on top of being a parent, you're still a spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just always be a parent 24/7. I have a spouse that needs me too and needs things from me. So I have to be able to shut it off or put boundaries, you know. And one of the boundaries is definitely my bed. Goodbye. Goodbye. But a whole different house, and the concept of, there were so many people after she said that were like, oh yeah, well is that a thing? Like that's your, to be married and say, I don't want to live under the same roof. Then why get married? Why not why not forever date? Now you have Cheryl Lee Ralph and her husband who live apart and who have always lived apart due to their careers.
Yes. I remember hearing that too.
And I think,
what are the thoughts on that? I think that's fine.
I
fly me out.
Well, due to their career, so but once they both retire, are they gonna move together?
See, and that's my question. Is for how long? Your careers could absolutely put you in two separate places, right? Your career, I have this awesome opportunity over here, and you have established a family and everything here. So we live in separate households while we're married because of those dynamics, which is great and it's fine. It's wonderful as long as there is an exit plan to me for that. That was us for that was me for a while, where we lived in two separate places. So my husband started a business in another state and I was here with the kids, but it was always, there's an end date. I'm either gonna come to you or you coming back here, but there's an end date. And even when he was driving trucks for himself, he over the road. He was all the way in California and everything for weeks at a time. And I'm here, but there's an end to it. And I feel like there has to be a discussion and there has to be an end so that the household can function, or so that your relationship can function. Because we said, what happens after all that time and then you come back together and I don't even like you. And you're not the same person that left here to go off for a job. And it leaves space for other things to come into your marriage that wouldn't otherwise have been in your marriage if you were under the same household. So to go into a marriage already saying I have to be in separate places, KeKe Palmer probably needs some therapy.
She definitely does.
If you know her ex, she definitely needs some therapy.
When you are intentional about being long distance and visiting each other at a certain amount of times, I think that can work. It's the couples that are intentionally, living apart, not seeing each other at weeks or months at a time, or years at a time, and then coming together, in their later years, trying to learn each other all over again.
And why get married if I don't want to live with you? Right. I think for me, that was that for me. Is like, so you want to plan to get married and be in a separate household? Like, I want to be married, but I want my space, my house, my things, because I've established my stuff. Okay. And you stay over there. See, that goes back to what we talked about earlier with the roles of the women now. Like, I have established, I've done some things and I'm good over here. So I like your company. I like you spending time with me. I like you spending money on me, taking me out, but you stay over there because I'm good right here. Like that, where did that concept come from? That's crazy to me, because then you're reducing that particular provider to just satisfying whatever small need you have at the moment.
Right.
And not really Amy, not being able to cover you the way he's supposed to cover you. Okay. And then if he starts acting a certain way, now you tripping. Well, why are you acting like that? No, you set this up. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. And they'll be, listen, I always say, for everything that you won't do, there's a little ratchet raggedy out there that will. So
ratchet raggedy.
There's a ratchet raggedy that will. And if you leave your husband, mate, or man open to the little ratchet raggedy, then so be it. Because you want to stay over here. You want all of your things. So I hope that stuff sustains you while he's over there. And it might be something as simple as, I'm gonna come bring you a little plate because you by yourself. And you cook. Did you cook? You hungry? I got a little plate.
Plate. And y'all just got on me because I had to go make sure dinner was ready for my husband.
I'll take a plate.
Tara trying to keep them ratchet raggities away.
Listen, they'll take a plate. They'll listen to you. They'll listen to your boring day. You know what I'm saying? But don't set the environment up that way. When your husband works away and you know that and you've entered into that and that's the agreement, it's totally different. Okay.
Yes.
I got you. I have that. Even with that, because husband worked away. You got to be intentional about the phone calls, the visits, all of those things, because you have to make sure that you're keeping the relationship so that you're not tempted and keeping it light and fluffy. I'm gonna save the heavier conversations for when you're actually in my face and at home, because what you also don't want to do is just every time you talk to me, it's negative, something's wrong, this ain't right, this needs to be paid, I'm stressed about this, and you're on the road. So you're on the road with all of that in your head. That's another thing, because them little lot lizards, they ain't got none of that going on. They ain't got no bills to talk to you about. They don't have none of that. They just here for a good time. and it can lead to things. So you have to be intentional in all areas to make sure that your household is covered.
So in the KeKe Palmer situation, the man who she decides to get with, if he's okay with being in his own house and not living with her, what y'all calling him?
So,
oh no,
Dawson called him a simp, right?
He's not gonna be at that house alone. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you this right now. He's not gonna be at that house alone. A raggedy. What's what you call it? A raggedy,
little raggedy ratchet. Little raggedy ratchet gonna be there.
Oh my God.
The other side of that is, if he is okay with that and he does not step out or anything, to me, this is what I mean by the soft men era. This is what I mean, because I can think of several men throughout my lifetime and in my family that would never allow such a thing to be said or done and not signing up for it. Yet men are signing up for that kind of stuff just to have some type of relationship. And I feel like if you stand in your masculinity and I'm not doing that. So it's not necessarily telling anybody what to do, but standing firm in the fact that, no, I'm a man. I'm a man's man, and no, my woman gonna be with me. You need the masculinity of a man. Like, I think we're all very independent women, right? And we're alpha females.
Yes.
And I know
and we all get along, thank God.
My mom was an alpha female, and the years that I grew up in the single parent household, honestly, I didn't even know if I would ever be married, because I'm like, well, I'm good over here. Like, I can do this. I had to shed some of that in order to have a successful relationship. And I like a masculine kind of man every now and then to be like, no, don't do that. Okay.
You said every now and then.
Every now and then you got to be in like
relationship longer than the rest of us.
I know. The growing, it's the growing together, not to change you, because we talked about that too, where women try to change, not to change you, but to grow together and to realize life together, but still have you be the masculine man in the relationship, even though I am alpha female, masculine man. If I'm tripping, you gonna be able, you can tell me I'm tripping, and I'm like, I may not agree with you in that moment, but I'm gonna listen to what you have to say, and I'm gonna say okay, and then I'll come back later and we'll have a conversation. Okay, you were probably right, but in the moment, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let you know I got this. Okay, I'm gonna let you do that because I have a lot. I bark, and there are times.
I mean, take it from me. I didn't get married until I was like 39 years old. So I have been single pretty much most of my life, and I learned how to do things the single way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when it comes to being independent, I was Miss Independent when I got married. And then I had to learn how to, be a team player, be a team member, or let him lead, and at times on certain things, I'm still learning to let him lead because I kind of feel like I know best because, I've been doing it my way for so long, but he's also been doing it a different way, but he's also been doing it for as longer than I have because my husband is slightly older than me. So I have to sometimes, think there's a different way of achieving the same thing.
I have to remind my husband that all the time. I was like, your way, you get the right results, and my way, I get the right results. Your way is not always the correct and only way. There are other ways.
That's that INDE. You
know what that means?
Oh my goodness.
And to that point, you have to think about how old Tara was your husband when you met him and married him, right? So that's another component to this, and because when you meet a man and he's over a certain age and he's lived life and he's lived things, right, and then you come together, some of those traits of that man are who he is and who he's going to be,
right,
because he's been that way. In the new era, I think that's what's missing. And I think, and maybe it's because we're in our 40s or later 40s and we've lived, that we have the wisdom to understand what it takes to sustain, to get into a relationship, keep that relationship, grow that relationship. And we don't do those things that I see the younger generation now doing and saying. We may have thought in our heads, dude, I can't live with this man forever because he crazy. Like I would love to have just some peace. You go over to the little apartment for a couple of days to give me some solitude. I'm never going to say it. I'm not going to say it. And I'm not going to say it before I get married to you and be like, I need my space. No, you find ways to have your space. We're in the same household, baby. You like to play golf? So-and-so like to play golf too. I hear that they're over there today.
How do you think man caves came into play, or she?
Exactly.
That is your time.
I'm gonna go take a bath and lock that door.
Why you get a whole house in between y'all?
You think men love going out and working in the yard for hours at a time? No, baby, that's their solitude. Solitude. She ain't coming out here. I'm gonna be out here all day. They could be on the riding board, drinking a beer, not even cutting the grass. But this is my time that you're not here. Don't you need something from the store? That's our hint, that they ready for us to get out the house. You don't need nothing from the grocery store? Okay. All right, ladies, we have wrapped up another great discussion of men in their soft girl era. I really like how we brought it full circle, the different facets and sides of the soft man era, when it's necessary, when it's not necessary, and how to differentiate between the two. So that was great conversation. If you have been watching and something struck you, you have a different perspective you want to give us that we can talk about, please hit us up in the comments and let us know so that we can continue the conversation and continue to grow together in this middle chapter. Thank you so much for watching.